Welcome students. In this video we will discuss about the flow of heat. Now the flow of heat occurs in three processes: conduction, convection and radiation. The first process which we will discuss in this video is conduction. So what is conduction? Conduction is a process of heat flow in which the flow of heat does not affect the configuration of the material, or it does not affect the material itself. Hence, the displacement of any kind of materialistic particle or constituent atom does not take place. Only the heat flow takes place. So, conduction is the process of heat transfer where the displacement of the material or the constituent atoms does not occur. Only the transfer of heat energy takes place. Now, let me describe how it happens. This is a solid material, and at one end we are giving some amount of external heat energy to it. So as a result, what happens? The portion of the material just above the burner directly heats up and the temperature becomes high, and red indicates the higher temperature, yellow a moderate temperature, and the blue indicates a cold temperature, that is the normal temperature of the solid bar. Now what happens when we heat up the material at one end? That end heats up. Since the solid material is composed of atoms which are closely bound, the atoms of the solid does not move along the material because they are tightly bound. So what happens? With the increasing temperature, the molecules or the atoms starts to vibrate heavily. So at the end where the temperature is high, the constituent atoms vibrate heavily, and this vibrational energy makes a chain reaction and it vibrates the neighboring atoms, and then that atoms vibrate their neighboring atoms, and in this way the flow of heat occurs towards this direction. And after some amount of time, the whole material experiences a change in energy, and thus the temperature of the whole material increases. And when there is no difference in temperature in this point and this point, then the flow of heat energy just stops. This is the process of conduction. Now, as we are watching this, in this process the atoms are not moving, or the displacement of the atoms is restricted. So conduction is a process of heat transfer which is only applicable for solid materials where the atoms are tightly bound and they cannot experience any kind of displacement with the increasing temperature. Only the vibrational energy of the atoms increase, which transferred from one end to another by a chain reaction, and the transfer of heat occurs. That is all about conduction of heat. It is not applicable for liquids or gases, because in that case the atoms can experience some kind of displacement due to their changing temperature, that is due to some increase in their energy. That's all. Thank you. For testing your understanding of this lesson and more videos, log on to www.tubelessons.net.